So we're 9 weeks deep in American Literature 2010, and now we're reflecting on whether or not our oratorical skills have improved so far. Before we get to that, let's back up a bit and provide a bit of context for this presentation. First, let's explore the nature of this question. Since the beginning of this semester, the class's 6 students, including myself, have been told to put out weekly video reactions to our assigned reading for that week. On top of this, we were also told to respond with an additional 2 video responses to our classmates.
Bored now.
Of course, this is college, so nobody has been doing that.
Toga, 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 toga.
I mean, sure, 5 out of 6 people did an introduction video, but after that, the only people doing the videos each week and the video responses was me. After the second week, I began to question my sanity. The syllabus says that we should be doing these videos, yet nobody else was doing them. On the discussion board itself, there's no mention of posting videos. In fact, there's only mention of writing paragraph responses. Was this discrepancy responsible for tripping everyone up? So I did the sensible thing and messaged the professor, Dr. Hopkins, for clarification on the matter, who confirmed that, yes, it was not an illusion, that we were indeed supposed to do weekly videos. So, okay, I continued to do the weekly videos.
Uh-oh. Hey, come on, stay with me. Stay with me. We're losing him! We're losing him! He's dying!
Week 3 rolls along, and still, nobody has posted any videos. I feel like I'm now talking to myself when I do the weekly discussions now. Still, I feel something is amiss, and I try to get to the bottom of it. One of the students in the class also happens to be taking another class that I'm in. This is where I have a chance to really find out if I'm losing it or not, or if this has all been an elaborate hoax on the professor's part. So I casually bring it up. Hey, I haven't seen you post any videos on the discussion board in the past couple of weeks. Oh, she says, were we supposed to be doing that? Yeah, we're supposed to be doing that. I affirm that yes, it's in the syllabus, and I've asked the professor himself, and it's all confirmed, and that I'm not losing my mind. So the next week rolls on up, and still, I'm the only one doing video posts. So I keep doing them. And obviously they're winged. I'm pausing and saying a lot, so I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. The professor offers feedback in my video responses, saying, I suggest mapping out the core of your response videos before hitting record to get a more polished and smooth delivery. But where's the acknowledgement that I'm just kind of talking to the wind here? Because at this point, these videos are just for the amusement for my professor. That's when my mind turns to the idea of a vengeful professor. Our past is murky, he and I. I was once the plucky editor-in-chief of the school paper, and he the advisor. But I left suddenly at the promise of a better prospect of a full-time job. It wasn't a difficult choice. It was either produce a paper largely by myself each month, or, actually make money. Oh, sure, he was all smiles when I left, but I know the truth of it. He's never forgiven me for leaving. And what if this is payback, then? What if this is the scheme that he's cooked up with Professor Norton, another one of my professors that I had for a political science course, where I didn't include a works cited page for my final essay? Yet another slight I've committed against the secret inner circle that tortures students through academic hurdles after they have been slighted. Or maybe it was all those times that I kept referring to Dr. Hopkins as the informal Hopkins, a habit which passed on to the next 2 editors-in-chief after me, a matter which he often brought up as an issue of discomfort for him. Yes, the picture was becoming clear now.
How did I escape? With difficulty. How did I plan this moment? With pleasure.
And yet, As much as I entertained the idea of scheming professors, I realized that there was a far simpler answer before me. And the answer was this: everybody was a slacker. Which, honestly, that's par for the course when it comes to the college. According to my own independent research, only 50% of students in a class will participate and do the work. Of that 50%, only 33% will go above and beyond and do all the work that is required to receive a full grade. For example, for a class with 26 students in it, only 13 of them will do the work. Of those 13, only 4 of them will do the full extent of the work. This isn't so terrible for those 4 students if the work requires constant class participation and input from their peers. But if the starting sample size is 6 students, well, things become a bit more complicated. So, by week 6, I had stopped doing video responses altogether and joined my classmates in throwing caution to the wind. I mean, what was he going to do? Change our oral presentation to be about a reflection on our weekly video postings? So, how have I improved over the course of 9 weeks in my video responses when I only did video responses for 6 of those weeks? Well, that's a rather unique question, is it? I suppose to get to the bottom of it, you first have to ask yourself, what makes a good oral presentation? Is it the subject matter? The very nature of the speech in regards to the place and time it took place at?
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
That we will, in the future, our hearts and our understandings will meet with love and generosity.
There's a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all.
Is it conciseness? To move people with so few words, and yet to have it cause an endless torrent of discussion afterward.
It will forever remain an indelible blight on human history that the apartheid crime ever occurred. It will forever remain an accusation and a challenge to all men and women of conscience that it took as long as it has before all of us stood up to say enough is enough.
Dear brothers and sisters, do remember one thing. Malala Day is not my day. Today is the day of every woman, every boy, and every girl who have raised their voice for their rights.
Is it stagecraft? To bring emotion into your words, to make people pause and ponder.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. I have a dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the
strong timberback character. I have a dream today.
Is it the language? To catch people off guard from something they weren't expecting?
I am here because my son and I may not survive 4 more years of leaders who say they care, but do nothing.
And our only miserable consolation was that we believe that Auschwitz and Treblinka were closely guarded secrets, that the leaders of the free world did not know what was going on behind those black gates and barbed wire, that they had no knowledge of the war against the Jews that Hitler's armies and their accomplices waged as part of their war against the Allies. If they knew, we thought, surely those leaders would have moved heaven and earth to intervene. They would have spoken out with greater outrage and conviction. They would have bombed the railways leading to Birkenau, just the railways, just once. And now we knew, we learned, we discovered that the Pentagon knew, State Department knew.
That is one of the things that I have tried to do today. I have suggested that I was afraid of retaliation. I was afraid of damage to my professional life. And I believe that you have to understand that this response, and that's one of the things that I have come to understand about harassment, that this response, this kind of response, is not atypical.
There are many things that can make a great speech.
I believe we can keep the promise of our founding. The idea that if you're willing to work hard, it doesn't matter who you are, or where you come from, or what you look like, or where you love. It doesn't matter whether you're black or white, or Hispanic, or Asian, or Native American, or young or old, or rich or poor, able, disabled, gay or straight. You can make it here in America if you're willing to try.
And many things that can make a not-so-great speech.
Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
But one thing is for sure. Those things weren't present in my weekly video